Hi everybody, I'm Kathy, creator of Gnoggintoppers. Welcome to my wild craft room. I'm so glad you're here today. If you're returning, welcome back. And if you're new, I hope you find inspiration, some fun, and maybe a chuckle along the way. I've had a lovely weekend. I've made a few things that I'm going to show you today. I have one whip, one finished object, and 3 plans that I hope to execute this week. It sounds grim. So let's get started. I'll start with my first finished object, which I've been working on. Here's this little cutie. Isn't he just adorable? I call him Big Blue. He is my burly lamb. Isn't he cute? I don't think I've ever actually made, and I think this is amigurumi or a stuffy with the like burnet blanket. This didn't have a ball band, but I'm kind of assuming that's what it was. But I really enjoyed making this. This is actually 4-weight worsted acrylic. So is the bottom of his feet, and of course his face. And I use kobu actually for the black on the eyes. And this is the same blanket yarn here. But isn't he just adorable? He has a wee tad of wonkiness to him. I made a few count mistakes along the way, I think. But I believe in, especially when you're doing something for the first time, to, as best you can, just continue going. And, you know, if it's not some catastrophic issue, and when you're done, you'll probably be pretty satisfied with it. You'll know whether you want to make something like that again. I would definitely make him again. He was a lot of fun. And, you know, I had bought, well, I didn't buy them. They were in a freebie thing from the library. They looked like the little plastic sewing needles for yarn, but they were like this long. They make the best Ami needles that you stick into the ears and the face or whatever you're trying to sew together, and they really hold the piece together while you're sewing, and you can see if things are all even in that. And I think I did a pretty good job on this one. His ears might not be perfect, but I didn't make them quite perfect, so but I do have written down this little guy's pattern is called the 4-legged sheep crochet pattern, and it's by My Simplicities by MN. Great pattern, really easy to follow. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it worked up pretty quick, actually. I was surprised. So onward and upward to our whip of the evening, which is, I'll show you the picture first. So it's this little guy here, and I got him out of this older magazine, Crochet World, and this one is April 2012. Can't quite fit it all in all at once. I guess I can pull it back. Isn't it cute? There's some really nice patterns in here, but this one really caught my eye. I like color. So of course, I picked a yarn out of my crazy yarn stash, but I gotta tell you, this stuff is beautiful. And I got this yarn at that, what do you call it? Yarn swap at the library. I remember this one. It was so beautiful. I couldn't believe nobody had picked it up before me. And but isn't he adorable? So I made the head, and then you make the muzzle and you sew it onto the head. And then you make the ears and you sew them on. Aren't they cute? And my yarn, I'll show you my yarn in a minute. Mine just automatically is changing colors. It's just stunning. I love these colors. Here comes the body. I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna attach yet, but I'm on the body now. And I'm actually kind of hoping I have enough yarn. But if I don't, I think the feet and the legs are the last thing you do, so I can fudge it with something. But look at that. This is the ball of yarn. Of course, no yarn band. Sometimes I do see or identify what I think is the same yarn, and that's fun because I would pay good money for this yarn. This is really pretty. I mean, look at the colors and look at the color change. Isn't that just lovely? Oh, I do like this quite a bit. I'm sure it's acrylic, and I think it's a 3-weight. It's definitely not a 4. And you know, I was thinking about that as I've been, like, I made some Peter Rabbit critters, and now this one, and I have made some stuffed animals before. And you know, the chenille and the blanket yarn, oh, it makes such beautiful stitch definition. No holes or anything like that. Oh, it's just lovely. But look at this. I mean, this has great, I think because it's a 3-weight and I'm using a, what am I using? Look at that. It looks like it went through a garbage disposal. I don't know. I'm sure I got this used. Was very happy to have it. This is a G. And I do like, so far I like the metal. I like it when it has the little thumb holder there because I can really get at it sometimes. I just think that's hysterical. Somebody's really chewing on it. But anyway, I used a G with a 3, and you know, you get a really, it's still supple. I mean, it's a very supple feel. It's not a hard feel, but you can't see the stuffing when you just stuff it nicely. If you overstuff it, I don't know, things happen. So, but anyway, I'm really enjoying just the colors on that. Sometimes when you just get a yarn that feels nice and the colors are pretty, what a joy to work with. So anyway, that is my patchwork puppy, designed by Sheila Leslie. If you want to look that up. And of course, if you can't find the, what do you call it? The pattern, I can send it to you. And I'll be putting this, just the notes on my Ravelry and all that when I'm done. So the next thing that I want to make, I showed you I got this big honkin' ball of Karen Chunky Cakes. Oh, I just love this. Whoa, there's a wild end. Look at that. It's not too bad. For the most part, it's intact. You know, it's not like all pulled apart. I haven't weighed it yet. I'm going to weigh it before I work with it just to see how much I have. I just had to look for the color again. I love color names. Oh, trifle. I used to work at a dress shop, and oh, everything, every 2 weeks we got stuff in, and some of their clothes were really nicely color coordinated. They were all like beautiful, affordable fashion, but some of the colors would coordinate through the seasons, if not the years. And oh, they would come up with the most beautiful color names. I just loved it. I think one of my favorite, it was a beautiful green, and it was called Logan. So for that Karen Chunky Cake here, I was thinking, oh, you know, that'd be nice. I could just whip up a blanket, no time, right? So I was looking at patterns, and darned if I didn't find a non-blanket pattern. I'll show you the picture first, okay? There, can you see it? Oh, sorry about the ring light. There, I think that shows up pretty good. This is a Yarn Inspirations free pattern, And it's funny, it has a couple names. On one spot it's called Karen Chunky Cake Cocoon, which makes sense because it looks like a cocoon. And then it's also called Karen Crochet Blanket Cardigan. And I'm not usually big on acrylic for anything that's I'm going to wear close to my body because it feels really hot to me. But this has a pretty open design, and I like it, so I want to make it. I've liked these cocoons for quite a while. I do need 2 balls. I have hopefully 1, so I'll have to look for another, or, you know, I'll get something similar. We can't always have exactly what we want, right? And then for the second project I want to get started on, and I am still working on my sweater, but that's making nice progress, but not really quite enough to show. I'm excited to show you when I finally get it all attached front to back. That's like 2 inches away now. I'm almost there. So I'm just pulling up the next piece I want to make. So this one, I'll show you the yarn first. So this came out of my frozen wool pile, and this is the Cascade 220 Superwash fingering. I think the name on this was pink. Super 100% superwash merino wool, super fine. It's so funny, I was always kind of timid about working with, you know, thin yarn, but my sweater uses yarn about this thin, and I do hold them 3 or 4 together sometimes, at least 3, but I find it's okay. So I'm not sure, well, I was just worried about something that I hadn't given a try, and once you try it, then you know for sure whether you like it. Try it, you'll like it, right? I thought there was a color name on this, but right now I'm not seeing it, so that's okay. I think they use numbers anyway. So I'll show you what I want to make with this. So I went right to the manufacturer, and I found this. Get this. There we go. I found this. Let's see if I can pull it up a little bit here. Oh yeah, that's good. There's the hat, the socks, and the sweater. Isn't that lovely? And that's called Cardi with Accessories, from the Cascade Yarns website, designed by Joan Horton. And it says it has a skill level of intermediate knitting. I think I can do that, hopefully. Now, obviously, I have almost nothing in the yarn department. I'm sure I don't have enough to do the sweater, but I'm going to make the hat first, I think. And then if I got enough, I'm going to make the booties. I think that'd be cute. So then, lastly, I want to make a basket. I went upstairs and I named all my baskets. I wrote them down on a piece of paper. I got them all packed away now for my craft show, pre-Mother's Day craft show coming up. I think it's May 2nd. I'm not sure. But I got them all packed away. I took pictures of everybody, except I did give one basket away I didn't get a picture of, but that happens once in a while. Little rogue slips out. So the last thing I want to make is, oh, sorry, those are my dogs. The last thing I want to make is an orange basket for starters. So I'm going to just pull this back. Look at all those yarns. Kind of a fiery sort of look, but some of these might look familiar. I just thrifted them recently. So I'm going to see if I can't put a basket together, because they literally take like 2, maybe 3 hours, depending how distracted I am. But I'm really excited. I mean, look at this crazy little guy. What is this? This is Fancy Fur. It's got to be Lion Brand. Yeah. Isn't that great? I've worked with this before in baskets. I love it. I've worked with it in otherwise, not in other things. it can be a little tricky, especially if you got to pull it out. This one's called Sunrise. I'm not so sure about that, but okay. And then I showed you this the other day. Isn't that lovely? Then I got some unnamed 4 weights. I got this fuzzy stuff I've been using up. I've had this forever. I'll pull out the ball band when I show you the finished project. This is old. This is like, say, I don't know if it's Sayel, but anyway, it's an acrylic with quite the halo. I got the wild stuff down here. This is Moda Dea Tutu. Okay. Oh, I just love it. Who made you? Anyway, made in Germany. Well, okay. Isn't that lovely though? So anyway, I'm going to throw all that together and have some fun for myself. So that's about all I have for today. I hope you guys have had just the most wonderful weekend, and whatever you're making, I hope it's working up just wonderfully and giving you joy. Oh, and talk about joy. I have a girlfriend, and she's a really good shopper, and I just have to show you. This is number 2 of all my favorite mugs, and she gave this to me. A ball of yarn, a cup of tea, a comfy chair, a happy me. Oh, is that not perfect? I tell you, I'm seeing her tomorrow, I hope. And I have to tell her how much I love this mug. So Kathy, if you're out there, I love this mug. Thank you so much for being my friend and buying me this mug. So until I see you again, I hope you're healthy, happy, and all the people you love, I hope they're doing well. And you take care. Oh, and if you like the video, subscribe, thumbs up, and ring the bell. Bye for now.